Hi everyone and welcome back to the Aspiring Young Artist Podcast. My name is Charlie.
And my name is Pablo.
And we made it to episode 4.
Yes.
Every episode 4 is a milestone. Let's be honest here.
This podcast is like the only successful thing that I have done in my life.
It's true, I can back him on that.
Thanks. What a great friend. Yeah, my YouTube channel is Epic Gamer Not Happening.
It's
my
really
Instagram
good content.
I mean, it's good content, but nobody watches it other than me and Charlie.
Oh, do you know what just happened?
What?
My audio glitched.
I predicted the episode. I said last episode at the end that Charlie's going to get freaked out because his audio glitched, and that happened right at the beginning of the episode. I am a genius. Yes,
you are.
Mate.
So, this episode we're going to be talking about cameras, what it's like to be young musicians trying to do something in the music industry, and our artist that we're going to talk about this week is Ed Sheeran, suggested by Oscar Music. So, what is it like to be a young artist in the music industry?
Well, Charlie, I think you should go first, because perfectly timed as you just had 2 gigs the past week.
I have had 2 gigs in the past 3 days.
Well, call it week.
Yeah. So, I'm going to talk about some advantages and disadvantages, I think, about being young in the music industry. So, let's start with the positives on the advantages. If you're busking, I found this because I played at this event called Eat Al Fresco, where a load of restaurants came and they all had their restaurants outside, and then everyone came down and they asked for buskers and musicians to play. And yeah, we have such a great music scene in our local area.
Yeah.
It's so good. Anyway, back to the thing at hand. So I put my case out, was expecting like 30 quid, but I think because you're young, people are more generous. I don't know, but I made 220 quid over the 2 days, and that's 4 hours play.
220 in 4 hours.
In 4 hours.
That's kind of shocking.
That is shocking. I talked to my mum.
220.
I was talking to my mum about it, and she said that is what she earns in 2 weeks at her job.
Well, that's just epic.
And I got that in 4 hours.
That is so much.
I know, for 4 hours.
If you do that again, you can get the ES.
Fender Strat coming my way. We'll be talking about that later in the video.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of the advantages, I think, of being young in the music industry. There's more disadvantages, so yay. I feel like if you're young in the music industry, you sort of get ignored a little bit more than if it was someone trying to make a living, which is understandable because they're trying to make this their job. And right now, I'm not trying to make this a job.
Yeah.
In the future, yeah, but right now, I don't need to. So I feel like people who are young in the music industry trying to like put stuff out online or something sort of get a bit more pushed out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
Well, I haven't really played much live. I've only done 1 gig, and that was 4 whopping years ago. So all I can remember is that you're not very sane. You're not very. What? No, that sentence doesn't make sense.
Pablo can't talk again.
Next episode, Pablo can't talk. Right, what I was supposed to say, or was trying to say, was that amongst the other people you're playing with, if you're playing in a band, for me at least, you don't get seen a lot because I'm so small.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Oh, what just happened? Oh, Charlie's phone fell. Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was the end of the episode now.
Yeah, well, guys, we did it. We got to 4 episodes.
Yeah, this is because we film the podcast doing just a WhatsApp call and recording
Yeah.
ourselves, and then Pablo EQs it and I plop it all together, take out the delay, and there's a lot of technical difficulties, let's just say that, because
Yeah.
WhatsApp calls are pretty crap, and no offense, sorry WhatsApp. I mean, they are. Or it's just my rubbish Wi-Fi.
I mean, it's either rubbish Wi-Fi or both, and I think it's both.
It's both. It's both.
He keeps cussing out, you see, so I don't know what he says. Anyway.
And then there's just Pablo that's in like 6 pixels on my screen.
6 pixels.
So, yeah, I think that's kind of the main points of being a young musician. Also, I think in your life, because you were literally like 8 years old, people tried to focus on you as well.
Yeah.
You looked utterly terrified.
Yeah, I was terrified. I was like, I would have been able to like urinate for probably 5 liters before that gig. There's a video of it on YouTube.
Go and watch it.
Link it in the
Literally,
description.
I was watching it the other day, and the thing that I noticed was that when you went on, this guy like pushed you from behind. He was just like,
yeah, I don't know who that was. I can't even remember it. The sad part is that's time I only get it. I can't remember it.
yeah, right.
The only reason I know what happened is because of the video.
Sign petition link in the bio to get Pablo to do gigs.
Oof.
And sing. And sing.
That's just so toxic.
And sing. You can't forget the singing. The singing is all important.
Well, that's so toxic, you may as well just say it without his clothes on. To top it off.
Yeah, no thanks. Okay, right, moving on.
So toxic. Moving on, anyway.
I've never even heard you sing. I need to hear you sing.
I've never heard myself
Sing, child, sing. Anyway.
Over the Rainbow. Oh my god, I'm a legend. I can sing. Oh my god.
Ooh.
I said Over the Rainbow.
Over the Rainbow. Oh, 1 million hits on Instagram. Anyway.
Yeah.
Another thing we're going to talk about. Oh no.
Before we move on,
Ooh.
I remembered something.
Exciting.
I saw something on Instagram. It's like a Spanish rock band called like 23 Punk or something. And they're amazingly bad.
Cool.
There should be a link to the video on Instagram in the description. Because like, they've got all the haircuts and they've got all the things, but they're just so amazingly bad. It's just funny.
My dad showed me.
You know, I was supposed to send it to you, but anyway.
My dad showed me this band, and I can't. Oh yeah, it was. These people were doing loads of songs on completely woodwind instruments. So it was clarinet, flute, and is saxophone woodwind? I think it is.
Yes it is.
And it was completely woodwind, and I wanted to die because they did Highway to Hell on the flute. And it was horrible.
That's just so toxic.
Exactly.
And do it on the saxophone, mate.
No, they did all. It was
somehow invent a woodwind version of the guitar.
Oh, it was grim.
That's the.
And the whole video was an hour long. They did an entire set of like rock songs, and it was like a sweet child of mine. And, it was really. They were like a German band, I think. So yeah, that we went a bit off topic there. But you know, that's what
like we do in every episode.
That's what the podcast's all about, you know.
Going off topic,
talking about stuff. But back onto topic, I think we should talk about our cameras. Well, talk about cameras because I don't actually have one. Pablo's taking a photo of me. Oh god, this is camera ASMR right here. Oh damn. There you go. Pablo took
Pro
a photo.
gamer.
So Pablo, what camera do you have?
I have this amazing Canon PowerShot S100.
Cool.
Yeah, specs, full HD, 30 FPS or 60 FPS, I don't care. It's got a 6 megapixel sensor. Have no clue what that means. All I know is the standard is like 16. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fixed lens. You can't change it for other lenses.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty good. It's not much. You can probably get them for like 200 quid second hand maybe. And yeah, that's about it for this camera.
So I don't actually have a camera, but I potentially will be getting one for my birthday. I'm still thinking about it. So the camera I want is the Canon PowerShot SX530, shoots full HD. So it's good. It'll do my needs for YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a but here. I don't know whether I should do that or keep my money because I'm trying to get a Fender Strat. And we're going to Denmark Street literally 2 days after my birthday. So I might be able to like loan off a bit of money and then be able to get it. There's two Fender Strats I'm thinking of. There's the player or the classic player, basically.
I would go for, personally, well, hang on. What was the other one? The player what?
It was the player or the classic player. Basically, the classic player is better. If you want a kind of more... The player's more of a kind of a modern sound. And the classic player. Classic player. Fender Strat. Pablo's just doing his research for me. Silence.
Classic player. All I can see is the classic series.
Classic series and classic player, I think, are the same thing.
Oh, right, classic series. I personally would go for the classic series because it just simply is better. I have one myself.
Guess what? My audio's glitching. It'll come back in a sec. Though. There we go.
Yes, I've predicted the episode.
There we go.
Yes.
Wait,
if you listened at the end,
yours is a classic
series.
Classic
series. Oh no, sorry, mine's a lacquer series. 60s.
I haven't.
That's why there's
checked those out.
Many
trillion,
bazillion.
How much do they cost? Like new?
What lacquer series? Yeah. They're discontinued, but when you could get them 7 years ago, they were £750.
Jeez, okay.
But now 7 years later, they're like upwards of £1,000.
Yeah. I'm looking.
I found one going for £2,000, and it literally sold.
Cool. I'm going.
Wait, I'm not even joking.
I'm going for 500 and 600 tops.
Oh, that's perfect because I found a classic series on Reverb for 680. So you could loan 80 quid or something.
That 600 might contain the loan.
See how it is.
It might not though. Who knows?
Looks wicked though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that would be my.
Got a rose in there. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So if I get that, I'll get that in Sunburst. I'll see what they've got in Denmark Street. Yeah. So on the cameras thing, Canon just released 2 new amazing cameras, the R6 and the R5. I think the R6 is kind of a smaller version, but it's still like just like as good, basically. But the R5 is like shoots in like definitely it's at least 4K, probably up as well.
Yeah.
And it's
oh god, R5 is £4,500.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Jesus. Very expensive.
They are expensive. Well, they literally came out like a month ago, 2 months ago that.
God, they are so expensive.
But that would be so cool to have. I have never owned a camera and I'm already loyal to Canon. They just seem the best, you know? But also, on the...
Let's see what the R5 shoots in.
It might be 8K.
God! It's got a 45 megapixel sensor.
Oh my Lord.
Max resolution, it films in 8K.
Yes, 8K.
8K. Jesus, that's big.
Imagine.
Not big, but that's very HD.
Oh.
I don't think there's any monitor that displays 8K.
Oh, there's got to be.
Because I know my dad's video part of his job, his most expensive and best TVs go only 4K.
Really?
And they're like £2,000.
I'm sure there's got to be a monitor out there that displays 8K.
I mean, 8K TV.
How much?
Okay, there are, but
How much?
Let's check this out. £3,000.
Anyway.
That is a lot of money.
So yeah, I might get the Canon
Like a
Power
lot.
Shot for my birthday, but I think I'm probably going to put the money towards the strap. Because my wall is looking, I've got a slot where I sold my Pacifica, and it's looking bare. And then I can say I've got a Fender strap, and then that's pretty cool too.
And the funny part is that we'll have like such a similar looking strap.
Yeah.
That we could
Look,
mix it
can
up.
we just say
because that happens.
how the tables have turned? Like, you were going to buy a Gibson Les Paul, now you're not. I was going to get nothing, and now I'm going to get a Fender strap. Like,
Yeah, it's
but
funny.
you're still going to get a Les
Yeah,
Paul.
it's funny. Yeah, I'm still gonna get a Les Paul, but in a couple of years.
Yeah, you know.
My requirements for when I'm gonna start saving is when the pandemic's passed, like completely.
That could be like a
like,
year.
completely and utterly. That could be a year from now.
Yeah.
And once I've got some sort of regular job.
Let's talk about that actually.
Yes, let's talk
So
about that.
we both want to get jobs the second we turn 13.
This probably won't be the second, but
Right, at least the minute.
maybe it will. I don't know.
If we're leaving it late, the hour.
Because I kind of doubt. I kind of doubt this pandemic will be finished by my birthday,
No.
which is the beginning of next
So,
year. I highly doubt
Legal requirements say you're not allowed a job until you're 13. I'm 13 in a month, and you're 13 next January. So,
it. Yeah.
and we might be going to work at your dad's place. I mean, you
Yeah.
probably.
Supplying that there is work.
Yes.
Yes.
If not, then Coda. I'm obsessed with Coda. It's so good.
Yeah, he's like the Coda super
Coda
fan.
should be sponsoring me.
It's just so funny. Yeah, he should get a sponsor from Coda.
Hit
It's
me
just
up.
so funny.
How many? My 2 Epiphones are both from Coda. I was gonna get my Uke from Coda, but they didn't have the one that I wanted. Maybe I'll get the Fender Strat from Coda.
They do
That
have
is-
the
They
They do have the player series, but I don't know if they've got the classic
they've
series.
got literally everything. Don't doubt them. So
The only thing that they don't
Yeah.
have is Les Paul standards in Cherry Burst.
they've got like I literally counted the upstairs of Coda.
They've got
They
they've
had
got-
25 Les Pauls. Like
Yeah, but they might not all be standards in Cherry Burst.
he's
Specifically 50s.
he's set on what he wants. Typing vibes.
I'm gonna see what kind of strats they have.
Yeah.
'Cause I know for a fact they've got really expensive custom shots.
Yeah. No,
I
thanks.
played I played like a gold strat that was like 3,000.
I don't think you realise how many guitars I want to try out when we go to Denmark Street.
I want to try out the shop.
I want to try out the entire street.
What Wi-Fi is letting me down, so screw that.
So
Anyway,
I think we should go on to our last topic, which is
yeah,
our let's call it Artist of the Week. It's now Artist of the Week.
yeah.
Ed Sheeran,
Artist of the
recommended by Oscar GW Music.
on
on Instagram. Go follow him.
Go check
He's great,
him out.
and he's
Link in the description.
Oscar Music Tutorials on YouTube. So he suggested that we talk.
Also, link in the description.
Do you realise how many links in the description I'm going to have to add for this episode?
6.
Okay, the links are
Hang on. My video. It's from 5.
Can I just be honest?
No. 5, 6, 7. 7.
The links are probably not in the description, but check anyway. If I've been bothered...
Checking it. Either, if not, I'll put them in the comments.
Yeah. Pablo's job. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, likes and dislikes. Can I go first? Because I've got a lot to say on this.
Yeah, you can go first. Oh, you've got a lot to say. I've got like 3 things to
That's
say.
cool. Ed Sheeran. Now, anything you say about Ed Sheeran's going to be controversial because there is so many opinions on him.
Yeah.
I think Ed Sheeran's songs are they're decent, catchy songs. He's your typical pop artist.
Yeah.
I think he's got a really good voice, but I think his guitar player is overrated by 1,000,000%. Because he's not the best guitar player ever. Sorry about that, everyone. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. So, I was talking about Ed Sheeran and how I think his guitar playing is completely overrated. Because most of his songs are like 3 chords, but people think he's some amazing guitarist. But yeah, he's got a really good voice, I think, and he can reach some really high notes in Castle on the Hill. At the end, he gets really high notes. Do you actually know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I do. I have heard the song. My brother keeps spamming.
Panic at the Disco, the best band. We're gonna have to do that at some point. And AC/DC. AC/DC tops them. Anyway, yeah, that's what I think on Ed Sheeran. He's got a good voice, he's got good songs, but he's not a very good guitar player.
Actually.
I mean, he can play, but he's not like Jimi Hendrix. But people think he is. He's not.
Anyway, well, that's a bit of a bad comparison because Jimi Hendrix can't really play either. I mean, that probably sounds really controversial, but let me clarify. He can't really play guitar, but it was very influential in the 60s and...
I thought you were talking about Ed Sheeran for a second.
Yes, he can play guitar well, but... No, we're talking about Hendrix. But he can do, like... He has done amazing things.
He has.
But he can't exactly play guitar nicely.
I love how we've just, in both the episodes, last episode meant to be the Beatles, we talked about Michael Jackson. Yeah. Have you seen that video of Hendrix playing with his teeth? I love that.
Yes. That was probably one of the most amazing.
I mean, who hasn't?
Apparently he played with his tongue as well.
Yeah. We've gone longer than last episode. Woo!
Oh my god, I didn't even finish.
So
that's a record.
Yeah, that's what I think on Ed Sheeran. I think he's got some nice songs, and I would like add them to my playlist and I'd listen to them. I don't actually have any in my playlist. He did I Don't Care with Justin Bieber, which was a bit. I liked Ed Sheeran's part. I didn't like Justin Bieber's.
I just don't like Justin Bieber.
I think the only good song Justin Bieber has is Love Yourself. And the rest of them are rubbish. His new album's rubbish.
Even then, I don't like that song.
I
just hate Justin Bieber in general. Anyway, my thoughts on Ed Sheeran. I was about to say Justin Bieber.
And actually,
that can be for another time.
The only reason that I like Love Yourself is because it was written by Ed Sheeran. Yeah. Fun fact for you all.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Fun
yeah.
fact. That should be another thing for the episode.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Oh, nice one. Anyway. Yeah.
My thoughts.
Yes.
My thoughts. Well, I've got to give him some respect for his guitar playing. Because, his songs are only 3 chords.
He can play,
4,
but he's not the amazing person
but
people
the only
think
thing that I like about him
amazing
is
guitar.
his voice is nice. Yeah, his voice is nice, and the ability to make a drum loop and some kind of backing track for his melodies, all on one guitar with a looper pedal, is kind of fascinating.
It is.
And I think that'll take a lot of skill to, especially doing that live. I think that takes a lot of skill. So I've got to give him credit for that.
Whenever I mention a loop pedal, my dad's just like, "Do you want to become Ed Sheeran or something?" I'm like, "No, I just want a loop pedal." he does not.
Do you want to be Ed Sheeran? Quote. That's another thing. Quote of the episode. Oh, we're back. Oh, yeah. Technical difficulties.
We're back. It's all good.
I can't
it's
say
all good.
that word. Technical difficulties.
That should
I've
be a
got
thing
another
as
thing
well.
for the episode.
Words we can't say.
I've got another thing for the episode. The thing I've got for the episode is quote of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie?
It just literally lagged out.
You
on
just
there.
glitched out loads.
So let's hope the
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
it's
is
going
better for
loopy
next
now.
episode. Let's hope the
Let's
Wi-Fi.
just hope that.
So yeah, I reckon that wraps us up. Our half an hour episode. We're literally one day we'll actually get to half an hour.
Just under half an hour.
One day that will happen.
So
yeah.
each day we get
So I think that wraps us up. But
a milestone up in time.
that wraps us up for the episode. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, follow us on Instagram at Aspiring Young Artist Podcast. Our YouTube channel is Aspiring Young Artist Podcast as well. We also now have a Twitter account. AYA Podcast 1 was the best I could get because all the others seem to be taken. And you can't have Aspiring Young Artist Podcast because it's too long. Yeah. Nah. So, I hope you enjoyed the episode and just under half an hour there. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.